what do you think YouTube wants? Like, to me, I think YouTube just wants people to click on a video and watch it, right? I mean, that's how they get their ad revenue. That's how they keep viewers happy and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure comments, like, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they want you to click, watch a video, click, watch a video, and just do that as long as possible.
One of the main reasons YouTube is so popular is because it allows anyone to upload videos, to share their stories and expertise while interacting with their audience. Each month, more than 2.7 billion users access the site, and with over 500 hours of videos uploaded every minute, there's plenty of content for people to choose from. While this is great in terms of variety and entertainment, it also creates a problem, one that is often overlooked and that many users don't even know about. There's an entire industry that exists off the back of outsourcing YouTube content, usually with the sole aim of making money. Why is this a bad thing? Well, imagine watching your favorite YouTuber for years, only to discover that the content they make is not produced by them at all, but by the lowest bidder who has no interest in the channel's content other than making money. Even if you still find the content entertaining, it's very deceptive and it makes the experience feel much less personal and less authentic. From sponsored content disguised as genuine recommendations to entire channels crafted by unseen teams of editors and writers, the landscape of YouTube is far more complex than meets the eye. Of course, many channels do credit the people behind the scenes, but it begs the question, how much of YouTube's content is outsourced that we don't already know about? As viewers, shouldn't we care more about the origins and motivations behind the videos we watch? Join us as we delve into the depths of YouTube's content creation machine, shedding light on the unexplored corners of an industry where creativity, commerce, and collaboration combine. In the words of YouTuber JJ Jax Films, it's time to credit the creators and to rethink our relationship with the content that captivates, entertains, and informs us on a daily basis. Many steps go into making a successful YouTube video. It starts with an idea, which is sometimes researched and often brought to life with the help of a script. Am I really gonna just read out a script that somebody else made and claim it as my own thoughtful video essay? Yeah. Next comes the video itself, with footage and/or graphics that need to be filmed, created, or edited. Then there's the thumbnail, description, SEO, things like keywords and images that satisfy YouTube's algorithm. Plus, you need viewers to interact with your content, getting them to like, comment, subscribe, etc. All of these steps can be outsourced, meaning you can pay a freelancer through a site like Fiverr or Upwork to do it for you. Why pay someone else to make your content? Because just like most other forms of entertainment, YouTube is a business. If you can attract enough views and join YouTube's partner program, there's a lot of money to be made. That initial investment could turn into a profit, providing a secondary or even your main source of income. What's more, with so many freelancers willing to write scripts, edit videos, and do the dirty work for a small fee, you might not need to invest much time or money at all. The only real cost is that the end result may not feel like your own. It may lack that personal touch, which is an important factor on YouTube. Plus, by hiring the cheapest freelancer available, you risk ending up with a poor job that hurts your channel or business, however you see it. Of course, you still have the final say when it comes to uploading the video. You can decide to credit those behind the scenes if you want, but it's not enforced on YouTube, unlike in mainstream media, and many content creators choose not to. This kind of outsourcing is known in the industry as YouTube automation, a term that also covers the use of AI to streamline the video making process. While it's important to know just how many content creators creators automate their channels, it's clear that many people do, probably a lot more than you think. Head over to Reddit and you'll find multiple subreddits of YouTubers asking about the pros and cons of YouTube automation. There are those who have found success by doing it. It can be really profitable long term if you do it right. I work for an YT automation company in Australia, and we outsource our video editing, script writing, and voiceovers, and it works really well to get results. The only thing you can't outsource is topic creation for videos, niche selection, and thumbnail designs, as these work best in-house. Those who think it's a scam, YouTube automation generally means outsourcing components of your video creation process to others. My opinion is that in 95% plus of cases, it's a scam and tied to a get-rich-quick scheme where you don't need to produce any actual content. And those who are looking for advice on how to start outsourcing and how to do it well for YouTube. So a couple of months ago, I started to outsource tasks for my videos. Not the whole video editing process, but things that are just out of my reach, like motion graphics and thumbnails that needed that extra. You know, this is how I really know I've made it in YouTube, because I'm using Reddit posts or Reddit comments in my videos. That way people know I'm really official. I'd be scared otherwise. People would think I'd just be doing this for clout. That'd be pretty bad. YouTube finds itself in a unique situation where the quality of content has risen so much in the past 20 years that it's now difficult for amateur content creators to get noticed. When the platform launched in 2005, it did so with a blurry 19-second video of one of its founders, Jawed Karim, talking about elephants at the zoo. Now, even mainstream news stations and cinema studios have their own YouTube channels. To attract viewers, the average internet user is almost forced to employ someone who can edit to a decent standard or construct a script that keeps the audience watching. It's like they're trying to play catch up with the professionals. Besides, when it comes to making money from content, outsourcing is nothing new. To get an idea of the most common forms, take a look at these survey results from 2022. 47% of professional marketing content creators claim to have outsourced graphic design. Video design was outsourced by 43%, and 37% hired a third-party copywriter. I have such like a weird relationship with this thumbnail, because in order to make this like as most like whatever as possible, I just found somebody who makes thumbnails like this nonstop, and this is part of it's on me. I just said I need a thumbnail for hidden outsourcing that really emphasizes that there is hidden outsourcing, and then that was it, and I just completely forgot about it until like a week or maybe 2 weeks later. And then they showed me this and they were like, I don't know, man, is this what you were talking about? I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. Because when I think of like something like this, I think of this, and Lord knows I will not be doing a thumbnail in this style again. But oh man, I don't know, I get like secondhand embarrassment. And it's not even because of what they did. This looks great, but it's just like the style. And you could make an argument for, well, it's the style at the time. Everybody expects big text with like image of guy, but I don't know. Is this what art is? Is this really what art is? I didn't make a video on a cultist game simulator about games being art to then use this as my representation for like good attention grabbing art. Though it is well made. It just doesn't express any of like my actual expression through content, which is very silly to me, but it gets the job done. When it comes to YouTube specifically, outsourcing is widely accepted and integrated into the ecosystem, with YouTube itself endorsing and even encouraging its use so long as it enhances your production. One thing YouTube does not allow, though, is automating engagement. This means you're not allowed to hire people or use bots to boost the views and likes on your videos. Still, some YouTubers have tried it as an experiment with some surprising and equally concerning results. If done properly and within YouTube's guidelines, it's clear that outsourcing can help your channel to grow naturally, which is why so many people do it. For one, outsourcing allows you to tap into the expertise of professionals who specialize in various aspects of video production, such as filming, editing, animation, script writing, and graphic design. This can result in higher quality videos that stand out on the platform. By assembling a team of freelancers whom you trust to create content to your own high standards, you can save valuable time and resources that would otherwise be spent on learning new skills or hiring and managing an in-house team. It also allows you to scale up production according to demand. A great example is Rhett and Link, YouTubers who started their Good Mythical Morning series working on their own, but have since scaled up their channel to include a crew of in-house staff that take care of production and allow Rhett and Link to present videos that are uploaded 5 days a week. Working with others can help bring new ideas, creativity, and perspectives to your videos. This can help keep your content fresh and engaging for your audience, as external professionals may offer new approaches and techniques. On the downside, entrusting video production to external parties means letting go of some level of control over the creative process. This can lead to differences between your vision and the final product, especially if communication and expectations are not managed. Keep in mind, viewers don't tend to take kindly to drops or changes in standards. When Ray William Johnson took a step back from hosting his popular =3 videos in the early days of YouTube, employing a new host to take it over, the view count began to tank while the number of dislikes and mean comments rose sharply. While outsourcing can potentially result in higher quality videos, there's also a risk of receiving subpar work from inexperienced or unprofessional contractors. Many lower cost freelancers tend to be from poorer countries, and if you're working across different time zones or languages, it can be hard to communicate, leading to misunderstandings and a misalignment of goals and expectations. Also, while YouTube's terms of service don't specifically address outsourcing, they do clamp down on copyright issues. So if you are going to hire someone else, it's important to make sure that you, not the person you hired, possess the intellectual property rights when uploading videos. Okay, for like pros, I don't see any issue with it as long as it's still like, you're still like actively making an effort. Having somebody make the thumbnail, do the video editing, edit the video, even create a timeline, or like having all of that is fine. But what really grinds my gears is like content farm level stuff where there's just like no work of yours put in. You're just reading off a script you had some guy made that's just kind of like soulless. Like, how is that real? How is that real? I mean, Ray William Johnson, his whole career was a con. He made a Your Favorite Martian, and that that is definitely something that does exist on the internet, I'll tell you what. Regardless of your goals on YouTube, be it building a brand, cultivating a following, generating income, or simply enjoying the process, it's essential to stick to the core principles that can maximize your presence on the platform. Firstly, prioritize content that genuinely interests you. Put yourself in your audience's shoes and ask, would I personally find this interesting enough to watch through, or would I be tempted to skip to the next video? Secondly, if you're considering YouTube automation, conduct thorough research, read reviews, and talk to multiple freelancers before making a decision. While cost is a factor to consider, it's equally important to find a partner who truly understands your vision and values. While outsourcing your content creation, you should focus on maintaining an authentic connection with your audience. Otherwise, there's a risk that your content may lack the genuine appeal that viewers appreciate. With so much money up for grabs on YouTube nowadays, the use of AI and outsourcing is only likely to increase in the future. There's a risk of the platform being flooded with videos that lack personality, but at the same time, it's become easier for the average person to hire a team to produce high quality videos and compete with the professionals. It's an interesting situation, and one that until now has barely been discussed. Have you noticed an increase in outsourced or automated content on YouTube? Is it for better or for worse? I'd be interested to know your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, a like would be appreciated, and there will be more videos like this in the future, so make sure you subscribe. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey everybody, it's me, the wizard behind the curtain. You may be asking yourself, why did I upload this? I kind of wanted to comment a bit on like some of the stuff I've seen on here, and it all started because I saw this one video randomly recommended that really got under my skin, and I was like astounded this was like a thing, and I realized it's a whole like subsection of YouTube. Well, I don't want to say a subsection of YouTube. It's like a whole subsection of videos you can find. So before I even began as to what set me on this war path, let me show you something quick.
Got disowned and shunned from my family and community for sending my son in jail. I'm from Indian Bengali background. We live in abroad. I have a son who got married a year ago. That day when I called the police, I saw his wife had bruises, black eye, busted lip. It doesn't take a genius to know what happened to her.
Okay, I'm not gonna let that play out for longer than like 2 or 3 seconds, but you get the idea. It started when I saw this, and I noticed there's like a little subsection of people who just make content farms like this, where it's just some like AI voice or whatever reading out Reddit posts and doesn't even show them, which is the craziest part. And I have my doubts in my mind that they're even doing this Minecraft gameplay. Call me crazy, but I think it is totally possible. This is just random Minecraft gameplay that they found. Though, whatever the case, it is very impressive. I sure as hell could not do this in Minecraft. Though, anyway, this is the worst. Like, this is probably my biggest pet peeve. And you could argue that this isn't even outsourcing, really. It's just one guy making these, like, videos. And that's fine. You know what? He can do him. But it did get me wondering, like, what is even the point of a lot of this stuff? So okay, I'm done having this play. Let's move on. Though I will say, before I go, there is a donate button for the animal rescue. That's cool. I'm a very strong believer in helping out when you can, so that's cool. But everything else, I don't know. It kind of irks me, but let's move on. Okay, weird complaint, because there's nothing, like, wrong with doing videos that you have parts segmented out to. But I don't know. I kind of feel like no matter what you do, you should have some sort of passion in it. Even if it's like, oh, what's a video I saw recently that I just could not stand? I saw this video about this guy giving his thoughts on Invincible Season 2, and I'm not gonna get into it. This is not a roast random guy for Invincible Season 2 takes, but it drove me crazy. I got like halfway through and I was like, okay, I disagree with him, but that's it. I'm gonna move on with my life. Like, there's nothing wrong with what he made though, like, because he was just very passionate about hating Invincible Season 2. And you know what? That's fine, and I'm happy the video's up, because he has every right to express that passion, just like I have the right to make videos about a Taylor Swift song that I liked, or I'm trying to think of like my most iconic video, but I really don't have that many. Me talking about Dark Souls 2 bosses being cool, because I'm really awkward with talking about things I enjoy. Stuff like that. But what I can't understand is people moving forward without any passion whatsoever towards what they make. Like, there comes a certain line where if you're getting your own scripts and just reading off them point by point for the same daily or weekly video, I don't know. I just don't see the appeal. And granted, I think one of the reasons I even made this or had this made in the first place was to see what it would be like an execution, just kind of going through it myself. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have much fun recording the actual script part. I was just thinking the whole time, man, how is this real? I can't imagine doing this over and over just for clicks. You know, that's not like real. But what's weird too is that this isn't even like the only thing I saw about this, in addition to, luckily, some of the research for this whole thing got done for me. With the script being sent to me, I was like, well, there's my research right here. And granted, as said, I am 100% okay with graphic design, video design, what is that, copywriting, editing, literally everything but scripting. Literally everything but just having a script made for you, I'm totally cool with. But I don't know, I feel like so much of the magic is lost if you're not having a role to play at every step of the process. Like, let's say you have a guy make a thumbnail. You should bounce ideas off him, go together with him. Same with video editing. Like, you should bounce ideas off with your editor, like, hey, I want this here, or this works, this doesn't work. I want to make this great. This is the direction I want to go in. Can we do this? Can we do that? And speaking of which, shout out to Rose Cross for editing this. They are absolutely awesome. But there's so much in like the process that gets lost without having such an active role in it. And it kind of blows me away. There's just like a minority, I'd assume minority. I'm not like chronically online enough to tell you every single group on YouTube, but there's an amount of people that just kind of see this as like just an opportunity. Like here, I'll show you this article I found earlier on my phone. Hold on. Okay, before I get into this, don't go hate on this guy. This is like almost 3 years old. So I'm sure lots has changed since this article was made. But what I can't get over here is talking about enjoying working on video content. But what I don't get, you say you like enjoying working on video content, which is awesome. I love that. But by the same point, you don't write the script, which is whatever, fine. But you don't voice the script either. And then this is fine. Not editing yourself is fine. I get that. But it's like, we've already done like a vast majority of everything. You had the script written, you had a random guy voice it, and you had a random guy edit it. And then that's it. Then you just track your profit margins. Like, where is the part in this that like your enjoyment comes through? But like, where is the you in your YouTube? I don't get that. I don't get what's going on with these people who like, they make these like channels, but they never have themselves in it. And it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of a downer, which is weird because as I said, it's totally cool to outsource stuff. The more I talk about and think about it, it's totally cool too. People do it all the time. Dude, so much of this stuff is really hard. I get it. And as said, like, Rose Cross literally edited this. So it's like totally understandable. But by the same point, I don't get people who just completely have a complete absence with what they make. And then they just have all this stuff, they have zero involvement whatsoever. You know, like there is literally like no involvement whatsoever out of anything here. Like, where are you, man? You know, I don't know. I feel like you should be here. It's been a little bit since you've seen me this video. This is once again the wizard behind the curtain. I just wanted to say it's like, whatever you do on here or online, you should try to make it personal to you. Or just like, at the very least, if you're gonna outsource stuff, please be involved in the process, man. Don't just make Reddit Minecraft parkour videos. Please don't just buy a script, buy a guy to read it, and then a guy to edit it. Please at least be involved for that. But at that point, it's like, what are you doing? You know? I don't know, man. But I kind of wanted to talk about this because I feel like more and more people keep calling this, like, I don't know the word. It's something that just you don't have any involvement with. I feel people being more and more separated with what they make. And it's especially true for a lot of bigger YouTubers. So like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I think Game Theory is a good one. They don't write all their episodes, or MatPat didn't write every single episode of Game Theory, but he still like, he went in and he gave 100%. In like terms of going through the script, adding his own energy to it. Like there was still a clear level of passion that was presented. Same with, I think, yeah, I would say, I'm pretty sure the Angry Video Game Nerd, I know he stepped back a little bit because I think he had a kid and had some scripts written for him and he would just kind of go through them. I could be wrong about that, but the point is there's a way to do this and still have it be like genuine to you and still be a part of the process, which is cool to me. But by the same point, all these like super gigantic channels just kind of outsourcing their own thoughts, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like it's missing a lot of what makes a channel excel, which is sort of not just being a copy and paste video essay about a blank subject matter. And I guess part of this is an experiment to see how well this video does, because it's so drastically different than anything else I've uploaded. Since everything else I've uploaded on here is just sort of, I think of something I want to talk about and then I just go off on it. But this is just sort of like, this is a very clickbait thumbnail. It's a very clickbait title. It's very much a formulaic, just straight read of a script. I'm very curious to see like what this garners as opposed to the other stuff I've made, just because it's so drastically different. And I guess you could say a lot of this is just like nothing statements. I mean, I'm not going to change anybody's mind who's already committed to this, and that's fine. I've accepted that. But by the same point, I want people to think more about what they enjoy and how they go about enjoying it. Like, if you really are passionate about what you create, you should try to at least contribute to the script in a way, you know? You should like find a way to be involved in your process. You can't just like outsource a script and then outsource another guy to read it and then outsource a guy for visuals. You should have a role in that besides just passing off different work to people. Like, I don't know. I think Game Theory is actually like the best example of it. Sure, they have another guy. Well, I don't know the case now. I don't know what's happened with them since he left, or Matt Pat left, and I was never like an avid watcher. But I think it's important that there's nothing wrong with outsourcing work, like at all. But by the same point, I kind of think there is if you don't have any involvement in the process. Like, if you're not even in the video, if you do nothing in the video, if you do nothing for the script creation and do nothing for the editing, what are you doing? I don't know. But there's still ways to like do some of the stuff I've mentioned and just make it like freaking wonderful. Like, I was clowning a lot on the just reading Reddit comments earlier, but if you guys ever saw Soro TV and his videos, that stuff is hilarious. It's really, really funny. He was like, I don't think he still uploads anymore, but he was like one of the most talented people on the platform with just his goofy voice acting, and sometimes he'd do karaoke. We all love karaoke for the most part.
You would not believe your guts if 10 million of these nuts. I read this to the tune of Fireflies. Oh shit, that would have made for a good joke. I should have done that. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Do you guys eat your burgers with or without the peel? I don't get it. Pretty simple question. Do you eat your McDonald's burgers with the peel or not? Without.
Like, there's ways to make anything entertaining, and heck, as long as you're a part of the process somewhere and still like contributing and having fun, that's awesome. You're doing everything right. The only way you're doing anything wrong is if you're just completely disconnected in every sense of the word. But maybe I'm just being too harsh. Maybe I don't know. I just have this thing where I like seeing people do their own thing and succeed. I like different expression and what others bring to the table. You can tell that on my Twitter because I reply to like everything for no reason. And like half those comments are just me saying I love Elden Ring. So I don't know how good of a judgment of character that is. But this was a very different. It was sort of like, it's really just an experiment. So I guess I'll check in, maybe make a follow-up depending on how this goes. And yeah, if you don't care about any of what I said, please make the takeaway watching Soro TV. Yeah, that's it. It's been... Crud, I forgot to say something. I don't know if we'll keep that in. Yeah, okay.